Hello, everybody. My name is Stefan,
And I'm Kyle.
and this is episode 16 of Style Sports NBA edition. So, there's not a lot.
No, there's a bit.
There's a bit, but not a lot. So, we have some discussion questions. So I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you hit it.
So, players of the week early. So for the East, it was Hassan Whiteside for the really strong Miami Heat all of a sudden. So he did lead. He was second in the East in rebounding. He had 13.7. He helped guide the Miami Heat to a 2-1 week. He had the NBA best, shot 73% from the field.
That's actually really good.
That's insane.
That's really good.
Yeah. He also paced the East. He had the most blocks with 2.67, and he extended his game with at least one block, which is 26. He also posted double-doubles in all of those games,
That's really good.
and he now set the franchise record for double-doubles, consecutive double-doubles with 12, so he had a couple records here. His key game came with when he had 14 rebounds in a 123-105 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves on March 17th. And he also became the second player in team history to grab 900 rebounds in a season, so congrats to him. In the West, it was Damian Lillard, who led the Trailblazers to 3-0 week, who are trying to push up for that 8th seed. All their wins came on the road. He also led the league in scoring with 35.3 points per game. He shot 51.5%. And in the 4 games, he was 36 from 36 from the free throw line. So he was fired from the charity stripe. His key game came on the March 15th when he scored 36 points in a 110-106 win over the San Antonio Spurs.
Which is a big win.
Exactly, really
Big
win,
win.
especially for their playoff push. And he also set a season high 49 points, and he made 3 nines, which is also career high, in a 115-104 win over the Miami Heat on the 19th.
That's really
So
good.
yeah, so both these players had exceptional weeks. So
Yeah, go for it.
all right, so as we probably know, March Madness is still currently on. And like every year, there were quite a bit of upsets that ruined both of our brackets.
More him than me. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Okay. So probably the biggest upset, and this also continues a streak that's been going on for the past 5 tournaments. Wisconsin, 8th seed in wherever they play New York, that conference, beat the defending champions Villanova 65-62. This record, that means for the last 5 years, the number 1 seed has been knocked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. As a Villanova fans out there, and even just people who supported Villanova in their bracket or whatever, this has been awful.
Yeah, it's been
Second
terrible.
round?
That should not be
championship
happening.
hopes.
That should not be happening.
And this likewise goes to another
I had them going almost all the way.
I had them going to their conference
Yeah.
finals. Yeah. Another upset, also in that same conference, Duke, the 2nd seeded, lost to South Carolina, the 7th seeded.
I didn't expect that
Honestly,
at all.
I had Duke winning.
Yeah,
so,
Duke winning the entire thing.
Yeah.
This bracket is done. But I did not expect that at all.
It was 81-88, so
Sloppy game.
it was they just didn't close out properly.
No.
I mean, Carolina scored 65 second half points.
I know, which is that's what I'm
They
saying.
only had 23
That's
points
why
in the
that's
first
what it
half,
was
so
sloppy, and it was like,
it was bad.
how do you go from crushing a team to getting killed in the second? Like they literally got killed, 65 points, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
In the second half, honestly. I hate saying it, but they deserve to lose. They definitely deserve to lose. After letting that many points in 1 half in 20 minutes, you deserve that.
And they almost dropped a 3-1 lead. Another team, and this team has been firing up. Xavier, who's 11th seeded, beat FSU or Florida State.
I predicted that.
They were 3rd seeded. This means in the second round they beat a higher seeded team. In the first round they beat a higher seeded team, and they blew FSU at the water.
Blew FSU. I had
91-66. I mean, Xavier is now
They're the underdogs.
Yeah, really. I mean, they're the dark horse of the championship. I think they're the lowest seeded team remaining.
They are
right now. Another big upset on the flip side, which also ruined his bracket. Michigan, 7th seeded, beat out Louisville in a 73-69.
That hurt so bad.
Because you had them.
I had them going winning conference. Yeah.
I didn't expect it, man.
Yeah. He told me, he was like, the second he saw my bracket, he was like, "Are you crazy?"
Nah, I didn't see Louisville. Come on. I mean, I saw Duke, so it was me.
So I guess no, but I mean, that's why I like March Madness. It's like
Anything
it's
can
fun
happen, exactly.
because
It's not like the
literally
NBA where one team makes it.
yeah, one super team,
Exactly.
Golden State.
And the only like I don't know diff conference that was actually like perfect in a sense is that the conference
Bottom right.
Yeah, bottom right.
Bottom
conference,
right.
They have their 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeded teams, so their top teams did not get affected.
Mhm.
So that's going to be an interesting matchup with Kentucky and UCLA. I had UCLA.
I have Kentucky winning.
Also, there's a little bit of rivalry.
But just a little plug for our Instagram because you know how I do. If you guys want to see our brackets, I know we already talked about them, but you can check it. It'll be in the description on our Instagram @_StyleSports. Check it out and follow us, and like all of our posts and stuff, and we'll follow back
If we know you.
if we know you. No, we'll follow back most of the time. 25%. Anyway, so yeah, so there was a crazy game that happened last night, which was the 20th.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, Oklahoma City versus Golden State, they did play, and Kevin Durant, he was on Oklahoma, now he's on Golden State. Bunch of tension. Even though he didn't play, there's still a bunch of tension, so I'm going to let you talk about that.
Alright, so right around the end of the first half, about 5 seconds left, there was a jump ball, and current GOAT of the NBA, Stephen Curry, got in an altercation with Semaj Kriston, for those who don't know.
He was only a rookie.
With OKC. So they were like, there's like a, so it works like a little circle in like the thing, and Semaj wasn't standing in the right position, so I allowed Curry to go in front of him, and I guess Curry brushed by him, and he got a little that sparked a little altercation between him and Semaj.
And then Westbrook came in and
Westbrook.
pushed Curry. He's like, probably there's a lot more than just touching my player. He wanted to give it to him.
Yeah.
But we'll have a clip of the little
altercation
here, yeah.
And what makes it even better, I mean, Golden State then wins the tip-off.
Oh, by
Curry runs to the thing, shoots a 3, and runs into the locker room. I don't know, man. That was just crazy.
I hate it.
I mean,
that makes me hate him more.
Man, I just like it. I like it when players play with that cockiness and that
I hate
overconfidence.
it.
I mean,
unless it's James Harden, but other than that, I hate it.
Man, I just like. Have you seen? All right, and when he did it, he just shot it. Didn't even look.
And he just kept running.
The locker room. I'm like, okay, I rate that. I mean, during the game itself, I mean, I watched parts of the thing. I turned it off at the end of the third quarter because it was garbage. OKC was not playing like themselves, and that's because
they're getting dominated.
Their backpack, Russell Westbrook, was playing awful. He had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. So that really, I mean, it didn't hurt his triple-double or whatever, but it really hurt. They're trying to push up for that higher seed, so especially help his MVP case. I mean, it was just a bad. I mean,
Russell Westbrook is like, I think it's like 4 or 5, something like that. 5 games? No. At least 8 games away from beating Big O.
7 games.
7 games from beating Big O. And there's what, like
11
games left?
Yeah.
So he could do it, arguably. Yeah. That was the last final big opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I think they played Spurs one more time, but that's it.
And the thing,
so he should get it.
And and even before this matchup, because there's 12 games now. Because before this matchup, there's 13. And I was saying if they can get finish the season 10-3, get to 50 wins, hopefully finish 5th seed. First of all, that help his MVP case, and second of all, a higher seed for the Oklahoma City Thunder is really good for them.
Anything's good for them. Just going anywhere.
And another thing, the 2 guys, the brick guys, Klay Thompson and Curry, Splash Bros. They outscored
I hate that
the starting 5 of the Thunder, 57 points. Starting 5 Thunder only had 53. Each of them had 7 trays. I mean, they're stepping up in the absence of KD.
Okay, calm down. One game. Klay Thompson steps up.
Curry has been playing
Curry
fire.
has been getting better
Klay
after he was
Thompson's been
brick.
playing fire.
Klay Thompson has been decent for the last 2 games. Last game, he was amazing. Against OKC, he was on fire. 37 points.
The game before that, he was on fire.
That's what I said. And then after that, where did he go?
He's been here. Bro, he's top 20 in scoring.
Bro, where'd he go?
He's 3rd in the NBA in made threes.
I can't find
3rd in the NBA in made threes. He's brick, right? And Curry's 1st. Brick?
Bro,
Brick?
Curry's brick.
Brick?
Who's 2nd?
Eric Gordon.
Exactly. Houston up. That's not a hashtag.
And then who's 4th? James Harden.
Hey!
So James Harden has lost a shooter, so he's not really surrounded by
James Harden is a shooter. I love James Harden. Okay.
Anyways, let's get back on topic. So, in the game, Curry also did manage to get his first dunk of the season.
Why are we celebrating this? This is so
Since it was-
dumb. This is stupid.
What do you mean? The MVP just got a dunk. This first dunk of the season. You have to celebrate that.
No, you don't.
I mean, he raced away, and then he just popped little. It's like he was just showing off. I mean, he was just in his mood that game.
I hate it.
It was so good. I mean, I love this Curry, man. I hope Curry can play this for the next 5 seasons. Man. I love
He'll
him.
be done in 3.
I'll jump on the bandwagon Warriors.
He'll be done in 3.
Okay, yeah.
3-1.
2 MVPs.
3-1. Get it? Meme? Okay. Last question.
All right, so our question for the week, and it's been something that's been sparking up in this league recently. Should NBA stars be rested, especially during the latter parts of the season? So a little thing, Karl Malone, which is a Hall of Famer, he said, if you don't have 10 years experience, get your ass to playing. Hell, it's not work, it's called playing.
So,
oh, another thing, sorry. Adam Silver also did come out saying that this whole resting thing, it's bad for business, and he's gonna like start giving out punishments for teams who do not report someone sitting more than a day before a match or something.
okay, so basically all of this happened because the Golden State Warriors, they were versing the Spurs, and it was one of the biggest matchups, especially because they're both fighting for first seed, right? And at the beginning when people bought their tickets, I heard someone saying that they were like $400 for tickets or something like that. And you're going there to see Curry, Clay, Durant, obviously Durant got injured, but whatever, you can't do anything about that, right? So you see, and Draymond Green maybe, if you're a loser. And then you're also going to look for, so all these players, right? So you're going there to watch these players play. And then they're like, well, I don't really want to play them. You can't just do that. So basically the whole problem with this is because the Golden State Warriors, they set up Curry, Clay, Draymond Green, and Andre Iguodala. So there are 4 All-Stars, we'll call it. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of the game. Yeah, that's why people bought it. That's why the tickets are $400. And this was one of the most intense matchups, like I said, because they're both fighting for first seed. And it's ridiculous. And obviously everybody could excuse, they're back-to-back, they're playing so many games. It does take a toll on people, but there should be a consequence. For instance, in 2012, David Stern, who was the old commissioner, he fined the Spurs $250,000 for sitting players against the Heat, right? Which is good because, like you said, it is bad for business. But a lot of people could argue, if you're tired, like you said, Adam Silver, he wants to implement a rule where you have to let them know at least a day or at least 2 days. You can't just,
rest them like a minute before the match or something.
Yeah, you can't just do that, right? And you have to give them a warning so people can, scalp their tickets or do other stuff because NBA is mainly a business.
All sports is business,
except
for soccer.
Yeah, but without the fans buying stuff, you would be nothing. So NBA is a business, and if they're gonna lose fans, right? Most likely they're gonna lose a lot of money. Let's say the average person, right, who doesn't go to every game, you're gonna pick one game to go that year, right? And it's that game because you're super hyped. It's 2 of the best teams, and nobody that you know is playing. I would be pissed off. I would be very mad, especially if I spent $400 that I worked my ass off for. I would be mad. It's stupid, but they're trying to address it, right? So Adam Silver said, one of the ways we can work to minimize the resting is to add the number of days to the schedule, which obviously will give additional rest. So what he wants to do, obviously, he wants to add 82 games, and he wants to spread it over a longer period of time. I don't know how I feel about that, because it already drags on super long. But another thing, he also said that creating an 82-game schedule for 30 teams in 29 arenas is not easy, but the league says they've committed to improvements. So in the next year, they're looking. Obviously, we don't know what they're going to do exactly, but they're looking to do different things to make sure scheduling doesn't happen where they go back to back to back to back, right? Obviously, Steve Kerr, the reason why he did rest his players was because normally when you have back to back and no rest days, it tends for injuries. And when your whole team are all-stars basically, and you're at the top of the game, you don't want them to get hurt. So it makes sense why he rested them. But there has to be kind of a punishment, right? Especially for the fans, because like I said, it is a business. What do you think about it? You think they should fine them?
No, I don't think it should be that. I mean, certain coaches, especially Greg Pop, he's known for resting his players. He's done it with Ginobili and Parker in the past. And
But because they were older, though.
yeah, I'm saying I don't see the big deal. I mean, it's like Karl Malone said, if you don't have 10 players, 10 years, I mean, if you don't have a big workload, like if the Harden was to rest, or Westbrook, or LeBron James, that's understandable because these guys, they played 40 minutes, they're carrying their teams. And, I mean, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I mean, it's your team. I feel like
James Harden said, just another thing from James Harden, he said he would never rest, right?
He's a young guy.
But the thing is, if you're getting paid, obviously, we're just playing devil's advocate here, but if you're getting paid millions of dollars, you could play a damn game. Just play the game. That's your job. If I don't show up to work, that's my job. I can't just, I don't really feel like going today. I say that, but I still go. Right? You have to go. It's still a job. People are like, oh, NBA, it's just a sport. It's no big deal. No, you're getting paid millions of dollars. Go do your thing. If you're not hurt, right? Or you're not kind of hurt, then go play the game. That's how I think it is.
You could also say the same thing. Yeah, I'm getting paid $10 million a year. I'm not going to go risk an injury and then lose that contract or something. So you get
that's the flip side. Not... Okay, so then, you know what you do? You retire from the NBA. Go work in Metro and let some other college kid come back in and take your spot since you're very ungrateful.
I don't recommend working at Metro.
Neither do I. But I don't know. I think they should do something about it because it's uncool. I dislike it.
Something. And I think they rested the game and there's about 20 games left in the season. And
I mean, it's a bit later, so it's not that bad, but it's still one of the biggest matchups that happened. If it was like the Brooklyn Nets versus the Miami Heat or the Lakers or something, it would be kind of fine. Mm-hmm. But because it's the two top-tier teams fighting for each other, and they know that there's going to be so much money, I could buy a Brooklyn Nets ticket for probably $100.
You can buy it for like
$20. I was being generous. $20. This Spurs Warrior game, $400. There's a big difference. So if that's a really anticipated game and you take off all the players which made it anticipated, I think that's stupid. And I just think if you're not injured, go and play. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so we're going to talk about this week's power ranking. So Golden State Warriors come in number one.
They're back to where they belong.
Yeah, they had a bit of an off week last week, but they did get it back this week, especially murdering Oklahoma. So good to get their thing back. I dislike them, but good for them. Spurs second. Spurs are second. I think they also deserve to be there. I mean, these are all straightforward. Houston third. I think they're doing very good, especially with that 1-point win over the Denver Nuggets. Nothing to flaunt about, but they still put up. Then the Cavs. And then the Jazz, which is surprising to see the Jazz up there.
They've been playing like a top 5 team.
I know, but they're good. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And also, number 9, unfortunately, the Raptors, they lost, like, Lowry's gone. They haven't been really clicking. They've had a bunch of stupid losses. Actually, a few days ago, they kept, I think it was Detroit, to 9 points in the fourth quarter, which was really good. But other than that, they've kind of been flip-floppity, and they're in 9th in the power ranking. But they're still in the playoffs.
Yep. So they're pushing up. I mean, they could finish 2nd seed, 3rd seed.
I don't know about that. I think they're going to end up playing the Hawks. That's what I think.
I think they're going to finish 3rd seed. I mean, Washington's not going to close out a season because Washington is garbage. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I don't know about that, but I guess we'll find out. But, so this is all for the NBA edition of Style Sports. We hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. And, if you haven't already, check our Instagram down below in the comments. And if you like NFL or soccer, check our other videos. Goodbye. See you next week.
Later.